All right, 3 o'clock. Man. Oh, let's do this. It's the news of the day. I'll pass it along. You do what you want with it. I don't have any anger anymore. And frankly, I know this is not a good thing for a radio host to say. I'm not being smarmy when I say it. It's not some weird flex. I think it humanizes me. I'm at a point I don't give a rat's ass anymore. I just don't care.
You're Dr. Rick.
It's Tarik Skubal. I just don't care. So, okay. Last night, the Mets traded for Freddie Peralta, all-star, big-time pitcher, Bulldog. Gave up one of their best prospects, well, two of their top 5 prospects, one of them being Jet Williams, who's a shortstop, tiny, but he's an energy guy, top 30 prospect, top 25 some places, and then another pitcher. And it was funny because I saw that trade and I go, damn, I wish we had made that kind of move. Different topic, which is, could you imagine a rotation where it's Skubal, Peralta, 1-2? Yeah, they're both free agents at the end of the year. And I don't care. You're going all in to win or not.
Right there. They win for it.
But that's okay. That's a secondary thing to then what I thought was, there goes a prime suitor for Skubal. They were in the market for starters. They have the prospects. And they have an owner that's willing to spend and could probably get a deal done with Skubal and Steve Cohen. Well, they're off the board. But the John Heyman audio is why I'm going to play it, because none of it matters. According to John Heyman, he's not getting traded. So take a listen to this, and we can treat this a couple different ways. David, you want to play that audio, please? First of all, I think it's absolutely hilarious. And it would show you, and I can't prove it, and let me be clear, this isn't the bad people at 97.1, this is John Heyman. If the Tigers had the audacity to ask for Ben Rice, who basically would be your best offensive player, and Cam Schlittler, and George Lombard, our number 1 prospect, that's how you know you're dealing with an unserious team, if that's true. I can't prove that's true. That's why I'm not harpooning the Tigers. That wouldn't be fair, and, well, fairness is my favorite F word.
No, it's not.
The point is, you've got to be kidding me.
But multiple people, Mike, have said
Ben Rice had like an
thing.
850 OPS. Are you kidding me?
Multiple people have said the same thing, that this team's not really serious because they're going out there asking for everything, knowing you're going to say no.
And Schlittler's the guy who struck out 50 Red Sox in a playoff game. Starter. I mean, okay. I know that's not the point of the topic. The point is this. Skubal's here. If we take John Heyman at his word, which, again, I'm not using it as gospel. We're talking sports. We're not curing cancer. Okay, Skubal's here. They're not going to trade him. Teams have tried to go and get him. It sounds like they price him at a point that no one's going to do it. It's basically making a trade in your fantasy football league, and you make an offer on Christian McCaffrey, and the guy goes, yeah, sure. Give me your 8 best players plus your next 3 first-round picks. And you're like, no. Well, I tried. That's what it sounds like. Okay, this is how it's going to play out. And look, they still have time to get stuff done. You know, I'm not a big Eugenio Suarez guy. I wasn't when he was in the trade market. I'm not now. But if you back me into a corner and you go, well, you can have Suarez or we do nothing, of course I would take Suarez. Right. I'm not a truther with him, though. I don't need him. I don't have to have him. He wouldn't be in my top 10 things I wanted this offseason.
No, but
the point I'm making,
yeah.
if you're keeping Skubal, what's your reaction? That it seems like, sounds like, feels like you're going to lose this arbitration. You're going to pay him $32 million, and you're going to go into the season with him. And when teams have called, you're asking them for things you know they won't give. Mm-hmm. That way you can say, we tried, when you really didn't.
See, I wonder, the inverse of this, Mike, is you lose your arbitration, you have him, and now all of a sudden you have that come to Jesus moment. We got to get rid of Skubal.
But where?
And you start calling teams, and they remember, oh, wait, remember when you were asking for the world and you weren't really serious about trading him? Here's what we want now. Now the rabbit has the gun. Now we're going to go and we're going to try to fleece you. We're going to offer you the bottom of the barrel because what are you going to do?
No, and look, there's a level of this. Only certain teams can get Skubal. you have to have the right farm system, right? Not every team has that. And the Yankees, candidly, don't have this unbelievable system. They have George Lombard, who everybody wants. And I'm fine if the Tigers ask for one guy, but like
You can't ask for 2 and 3.
and Rice and Schlittler and Lombard. Please, get out of here. Go ahead. Keep your pitcher and enjoy yourself.
Maybe if Skubal had like another 4 or 5 years under contract.
Oh, that'd be different. Then you can ask for half the team. Here's the problem. And maybe I'm overthinking it. I just wouldn't want to be the GM who trades a guy like Skubal to the Dodgers and I get blamed for ending baseball. I wouldn't want to do that. So it kind of takes the Dodgers out of the running.
I don't think so.
You can't trade. If you trade Skubal to the Dodgers, people are going to look at you like you caused this, even though that's not fair. So what does it leave?
But how would it be any different from all the other deals that the Dodgers have made?
But the Dodgers just signing people.
Right.
So this is a trade. You're literally giving them something for things they don't care about, and it doesn't cost them money. They don't even care if they sign Skubal. They could.
Right.
I want to know your reaction of, look, if they're not trading him, which John Heyman says it's basically they're not trading him, okay, then we've arrived here. So what do you make of it? Do you accept it? Are you happy with it? Like, are you thrilled? Like, okay, that's my Tiger. I don't want to deal him. Or are you angry where you're like, what are you doing here? I leave it to you guys. I don't have anything left for this. It is what it is. Rico, me, we've made our opinion known for years. I wouldn't have let it get here. I would have traded him. I would have trusted Scott Harris to add the right prospects to an already really good farm system, and then I would weaponize some of those prospects to make a trade and get some of the things I need, free up the $32 million, go sign a Lucas Giolito or a Chris Bassett, and move forward, probably still win the division. I wouldn't do this. But it's up to you guys. I mean, David, what do you make of it where you hear that okay, teams have tried, and you're asking for half the team? That's not good faith negotiating.
See, well, that's why I'm angry, because this should have been done before last season. And now the longer you wait, the more or the less you're going to be able to get from Tarik Skubal, because the report has been for an entire year now that your asking price has been ridiculous. And so you're not going to get nowhere close to that now, and nowhere even close come the trade deadline if you trade
So
them.
what would your response have been if they had gotten a package like Milwaukee got?
Like the trade yesterday?
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
So that would have been, okay,
Yes.
Now we've moved on from this. Presumably we've freed up about 32, 33 mil, and we can make a trade, we can make a couple signings, and we move forward. That you would have been excited by.
I would have.
Okay. Kenny, is that, or would you look at that and go, not nearly enough? Because remember, I've told people, you've now gotten to a point, here's what you can expect. A guy who's ready to play and a top 100 prospect. That's probably what you're looking at. It'll be better than Corbin Burns, but it's not going to be a Chris Sale thing. It's just not.
I think I'm somewhere between where David is and where you are. I'm with you where I'm just exhausted by the whole Skubal thing to begin with. And you know, if he left town tomorrow, I wouldn't be all that upset. But if he's here right now, my biggest thing was, you don't have to go crazy, but like, if this is a year where this is the last year that you have the best pitcher in Major League Baseball, you have to make this the year. You have to make this the all-in year. And clearly it looks like, seems like, feels like they're unwilling to do that. And it looks like, seems like, feels like they're unwilling to make a reasonable trade offer also, which puts you kind of in Skubal purgatory.
So who do you blame? That's the question. Are the Tigers just a victim of circumstance? That's possible. I mean, we all want to blame someone, but look, there's responsibility on both sides. Skubal didn't have to have Scott Boras, and they didn't have to play it this way. And the Tigers didn't have to end up here. But maybe it's just a lose-lose, and it's mutually assured destruction. Do you blame the Tigers? Do you blame Skubal? Like, how does your relationship with Skubal change?
Is it possible that it can't be just an A or a B question? Like, who do I blame more? Probably the Tigers, but I think they both share a very large chunk of blame because.
But even if it's 51-49, yeah, you probably lean the organization had a better way out.
And Skubal, like Scott Boras acts at the behest of Tarik Skubal. If Skubal really wanted to be here, he would tell his agent, or he wouldn't have hired a guy like Boras who notably gets people out of town and
But you got to remember, the only thing we have publicly, and this is important, the only thing we have publicly is a report of something south of $100 million. And Skubal seemingly, by reporting, is looking for something near $400 million.
Right.
Kenny, that's a delta that you just can't even sit down at the table.
Right. So that's why I say it's maybe 51-49 organization over Skubal, is because you just can't assign all the blame. If that's the situation, you can't just blindly assign all the blame to somebody.
You're nicer than me. My percentages are way different. But that's okay.
I'm probably at about 55 or 56 organization.
We're going to get Kenny at 80% by 4 o'clock.
Don't do that. No, we're not going to do that.
248-539-9797. Go ahead, Rico.
No, I'm more with the organization because you knew this day was coming, and you really didn't prepare for it. And it's kind of like this weather, Mike, where you know it's going to be cold, you know it could be icy, you know it could be snowy.
You got to do something about it.
And right now, you do something to prepare yourself, and they didn't, and they let it reach this point. And though we haven't heard a number, I'll always hearken back. Yeah, we heard what the Bregman numbers were. So,
and I was effusive in my praise of this organization.
Right.
I thought they gave an extra year than I would have.
Right, but the numbers came out.
Yeah.
The fact that you're not hearing anything probably means, yeah, we don't want these numbers to get released.
It's really bizarre. You won't trade them, and you seemingly aren't negotiating.
And now you've turned a one-day story into an everyday story.
Well, that's the question I'm asking people is, like, you do realize, like, every time he pitches, he's going to get asked about it. Mm-hmm. Or Boras is going to act out 3 or 4 times before July. I wonder if it changes how people feel about the player, right, wrong, or otherwise. I think it's a fair question. But we'll talk to the people. 248-539-9797.